Welcome back to another part of the short story Guest or Atithi by Rabindranath Tagore. In our previous video, we had seen how Motilal Babu the Zamindar had taken a liking towards the young Brahmin boy Tarapada. His wife also was filled with affection for the young lad. We also got to know that how the child ran away from his home at the tender age of 8 or 9. He could easily give up on all the ties that held him to his own known presence or boundaries. He went out with a Jatra dol who were touring different parts of Bengal. Despite being loved and adored by his family and neighbors, he could effortlessly leave everything behind and move forward. What happens next? Let's find out. Search parties went out and he was brought back. So when he went away with the Jatra troupe, search parties were arranged and the young Tarapada was brought back. His mother pressed him to her breast and drenched him with tears. So she was in tears because the child had gone away. His sisters wept too. His elder brother tried to perform his duty as guardian. That is, they tried to discipline him, tried to scold him. But he soon abandoned his feeble attempts at discipline and welcomed him back with open arms. But he could not be strict with the child, and soon the elder brother welcomed the young Tarapada with open arms. Women invited him to their houses, plied him with even greater displays of affection. So the women in the village, they all welcomed Tarapada. They would show him their deep affection, but he would not accept ties. This part is very important. This is where greater themes and ideas are expressed. I had mentioned in the introductory video how Tarapada has been presented as the transcendental man. So as a transcendental man, he is not tied down by any ties, not blood ties, also not by the ties of love. Even ties of love, his stars had made him a wanderer. He was a wanderer. He did not want to be tied down to one particular place. If he saw strange boats on the river, or a sonnyashi from a distant region under the local peepal tree, or if gypsies sat by the river making mats or wicker baskets, his heart would stir with longing to be free, to explore the outside world. So he had this hunger to know the outside world, to explore the outside world. He would see these different touring people coming around the village. There were saints, there were gypsies, and whenever he would see them at the outskirts of the village, his mind, his heart, his entire spirit longed to be with them, to go out and explore the world. And after he had run away 2 or 3 times, family and villagers gave up hope of him. So after he ran away for 2 to 3 times, they realized that this boy cannot be tied down. He is a wanderer and he will move out. Again, he joined a Jatra troupe at first. But when the master of the troupe began to treat him almost as a son, and the members of the troupe, young and old, had all fallen for him, and even the people in the houses where they performed, especially the women, began to make a special fuss of him, one day, without saying a word, he disappeared and could not be found. So first, when he ran away, he joined a Jatra troupe, and there he was loved by everyone. The kind of person Tarapada was, he was loved and cherished by everyone. And once he realized that he was deeply loved by everyone, the master of the troupe treated him like his own son, and the homes in which he performed, especially the women, felt motherly affection for this child. When he realized he was being loved so much and he feared that he would be tied down, he disappeared one day without uttering a single word. Tarapada was as wary of ties as a young fawn and was also like a deer in his love of music. So he was as restless in ties of love as a young fawn. He would always try to escape. But he was also deeply motivated by music. He was deeply passionate about music. The songs of the Jatra were what had first lured him away from home. The songs of the Jatra was the first thing that had tempted him away from his home, from his village. Melody sent a trembling through his veins and rhythms made his body swing. So we see his soul stirred whenever he heard melodies. He trembled and he wanted to take all of that music in, and he was lured, he was tempted out of places because of his love for music. Impelled by this passion for music, it was not long before he had joined a group of Panchali singers. So after he ran away from the Jatra troupe, he joined a group of Panchali singers. These are the singers who specifically sang songs of gods and goddesses about their stories and legends. The leader of the group carefully taught him songs and trained him to recite Pachali by heart. So he was trained and taught how to perfect the skill of Pachali singing. He too began to love him as his own, and as it happened, as it so often happened to this boy, in this case also his master, the leader of the group, loved him as his own. Please mark this phrase, as his own means had a claim over him, started loving him deeply and felt a sense of possession over the child. Like a pet cage bird, Tarapada learnt a few songs and then one morning flew away. The moment he realized there was a possibility of being tied down, he ran away. So this imagery, this metaphor of bird has been used rightly for him. What will happen next? Will this free spirit be ever tied down to anything? We will find that out in our upcoming videos. Until then, if you like my work, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more interesting literature insights. Thank you for watching. I'll meet you all again in the next video.